Dear friends, I am in New Jersey, Princeton right now, and this is 27th June 2025. It's such a, I have a mixed feelings because I'm in the office of Sonnet Biotherapeutics. We lost a very wonderful friend, Dr. Pankaj Mohan, who used to do research in cancer therapy. He has done 3 discourses organized, one Bhagavad Katha and before that one Hanuman Chalisa, which is there on our YouTube channel, Pujyashree Bhai. Unfortunately, he passed away in a plane crash. So I'm visiting his office after his demise for the first time. I was here and he, Dr. Pankaj Mohan, brought me here first time like 2-3 years ago. But my very close friend, Mr. Nailesh Bhai Bhatt, and Mr. Raghu Rao are Nailesh Bhai Bhatt and Raghu Rao, board members of this. They brought me here. We paid our sincere homage to Dr. Pankaj Mohan, and here we have Sandeep Bhai Patel and Sandeep Bhai Kulkarni. So, we have from India also, we have north, south. We have Pankajji in his spiritual presence from east and west. We all are Maharashtrians. I am from Mumbai, Gujarat. Maharashtra, Dakshin and west, you can say, yes. So, that's about it. And there is nothing formal to be discussed, but we want to pray to God first of all for eternal peace of Dr. Pankaj Mohan and whatever questions our dear friends have, we begin from that. Yes, Raghuji.
Very challenging times, as Nailesh I can attest to. We are now finally, I think, getting to stability. Hopefully Monday we need your blessings and everybody we can get some initial fundraise happen, and then we have a longer term plan which I cannot really discuss because
obviously, yes.
But I think we have a way to potentially get enough funding to take the company forward. So that's but as you know, there are a lot of unknown factors and we need all the blessings.
Just go to the left.
Sure.
I'm coming.
So, I mean, in terms of something specific, what I would like to ask, by the way, I'm a student of Swami Dayananda Saraswati.
Oh, great.
Been,
Great. So,
the
yes.
board of Arshavidya Gurukulam.
Okay, Arshavidya Gurukulam in Pennsylvania. Yeah.
So, I guess that, I mean, obviously his teachings have given me a lot of strength from that perspective. But going through this, especially in such a sudden situation, we really depend on.
Mr. Jay Kothari, આપણા છે ગુજરાતી.
Jai Bhai, namaskar. બસ આનંદ એકદમ. Please આવો.
Jay Bhai is one of the foremost authorities in deal making and value creation in the pharmaceutical industry. He's a budding designer and entrepreneur in the world of
designer, fashion designer? Or
fashion.
Is it?
Shoes and kapda and બધું. He's
Steve
very,
Madden, Steve Madden, do you know?
Yeah, very successful.
Yes.
એમના શિષ્ય છે Steve Madden.
Yeah. I used to give discourse in his office in Queens every year. Last weekend of June is the shoe show હોય છે કંઈક તમારો. અને પછીનો જે weekend આવે, they used to keep spiritual gathering. They used to acknowledge and appreciate the guys who have performed well during the year, and it was called Guru Day. I used to meditate and give an inspirational talk to the staff members.
I'm not surprised because he has grown up from bottoms up.
Yes.
Those who grow from bottoms up, they always do things like this.
That's
I'm
true.
not surprised.
That's true. અને very nice guy. એને એનું જે મેનહટનમાં કોન્ડો છે ત્યાં પધરામણી બી કરી છે આપણે. Yeah.
But he's lucky that he has no connect by birth.
Raju Bhai.
Right.
એના પછી if he-
રાજુભાઈ
રાજુભાઈ જય શ્રી કૃષ્ણ પ્રણામ પ્રણામ
રાજુભાઈ આપણા ડાકોરની બાજુમાં રતનપુરા છે
હા હા
અને રતનપુરા આપણા પૂર્વી ભાભી રતનપુરાના છે
ઓકે
ખોબા જેટલું ગામ છે પણ એમાંથી બહુ મોટી મોટી હસ્તીઓ
રત્નો
આવી છે.
નીકળ્યા છે રતનપુરામાંથી
Yes.
રત્ન
અને રાજુભાઈ is also a very successful deal maker and value creator in the what I would say hospitality and
Okay.
pharma.
Hospitals, hotels and pharma.
Yeah.
ઓકે
So health, hospitals, hotels, and all that. But more
Good.
importantly, he's a great friend and વડીલ છે
રાઈટ
ઉંમરની લીધે અને બધી રીતે. So yeah, so I was saying Jai Bhai, I've known Jai Bhai for 25 years at least.
ઓકે
And all the time he has been beside us, which is Pankaj
પંકજભાઈ
Bhai's group.
ઓકે
And he's one of his most trusted and dependable executives, family members.
અને પંકજભાઈ તો એક્સપોનેન્શિયલ ગ્રોથ ઇન લાસ્ટ 2
Yeah.
decades
Yes.
યસ
So I just wanted to first of all thank you everyone for being here, Rajubhai, Sandeep Bhai, both Sandeeps, Jai and Raghu for hosting Guruji here. I think it's important from just two sort of perspectives. One is for Pankajji and his family and his company. It was highly unfortunate the way he passed away. He's left a huge void for, of course, his family and friends, but the company and all the stakeholders involved. And I appreciate Raghu stepping in as interim CEO. So, for your prayers to go into his office and to provide whatever support, positive energy to his jiva and soul and his family, but also for Raghu and all the board members, including me. And then it turns out that this group here very informally came together, but you're looking at several leaders and all entrepreneurs in the mostly pharmaceutical industry. So I think I would really encourage each of us to ask questions because he himself is a chemist, by the way.
I'm a chemistry graduate, BSc
Yes.
with chemistry from
And you
Baba.
worked in the industry, right, for some
No,
time?
no, no,
no,
no,
no.
no. I worked for a bank for 9 years or so, but
Okay. Oh, I
that
saw.
was it just came my way, so I accepted it. But
Okay. Yeah.
I was always into the spirit because I used to give discourses. I began giving discourses when I was 14,
Oh, wow.
and yeah. So even while I was working, studying in the college, when I was working in the bank, I used to give discourses on Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavad, Upanishads, and various other subjects.
So maybe I can set the stage, and then I really want other people besides me to ask questions and take advantage of this. But one is, why do these things happen to us? Death is inevitable, it's going to happen. But somebody dies in a plane crash, somebody dies of a heart attack. So I know, so if you could shed some light on that. Then second is, how do we as entrepreneurs and leaders, if you will, or people who are in this field and just in these industries, utilize the powerful knowledge and the wealth of information? And there's so much of it in our Shastra. So how do we distill it down to some basics that allow us to not only create value from a monetary perspective, but in all aspects?
Nilesh Bhai and all of us. First of all, as you rightly said, that death is inevitable. What makes it difficult for us to accept is the suddenness. If a person passes away at the age of say 95, 97, you would say, yeah, he lived his life. And it is easy for us to accept it. But when it happens at a relatively younger age and the suddenness, these two things it's difficult for us to accept. But that's where the key is. Acceptance is the key. Accept the reality, accept what existence offers us. As it is said in Vedanta, life is not just an extension of time between what we have labeled it as birth and death. Birth and death is of the body. It is the body which is created, it is the body which grows up. Asti, jayate, vardhate, viparinamate, apakshiyate, nashyati. These 6 qualities, Raghuji, you are a student of Vedanta by the grace of Swami Dayananda. So these 6 qualities apply to the body, not to the soul, and we are not the body, we are the soul. As it is so easy for us to understand, we are not the coat, we are not the shirt. We wear a shirt in the morning, and by the evening when we get home, the first thing we do is remove it. And next morning we get on the other one. Similarly, body is like, in the 22nd verse of the 2nd chapter in Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says, Vasansi jiranani yatha vihaya navani grannhati naro parani tatha sharirani vihaya jiranani anyani sanyati navani dehi. As a pair of clothes gets old and the person changes it, as the body gets old, the person changes it. As I said, changing at the age of 90 is acceptable to us, but changing at the age of 60, as Dr. Pankaj Mohan did, or maybe earlier sometimes we see in the society, we say it was not old. The cloth was not old. My question is, who decides whether it is old or not? It is the soul. It is the person who wears the shirt decides whether it is old or not. And I always give an example. We, by the grace of God, belong to a certain slab of the society where we buy a shirt. Maybe during a year we wear it 10, 15 times, and then we just discard it. When you go to India, you give it to some other people, or here you have Salvation Army and all, you donate it. Now, suppose you have gone to India and you have donated your shirt to your person there, your driver or your person helper in the home. That person says, oh, Sethji aaye the America se, my boss had come from USA and he gave me this shirt. It's just like new shirt. He wears it for 2 years, 3 years. And then when he goes to village, he gives it to his cousin or someone. And he says, my boss had given me, who had come from US, and I have worn it for 3 years and I'm giving it to you. He wears again for another 2 years and he says, nothing is wrong with this shirt. The color is good, the texture is good, it is not even torn from anywhere. So that person staying in the village, he says, America ke log pagal hai kya? You know, this people is staying in America, they just throw away shirt which is not worn, the color is not faded, it is not even torn. We know when the shirt is to be discarded, not that person in the village. Similarly, the soul decides when is the right time to discard the body, because the soul has to move on for another mission. Because the journey of the soul is eternal, it is continuous. We who are left behind find it difficult to accept the reality. The soul knows its journey very well. And it's easy to understand with an example. Say a 5-year-old or a 7-year-old child who returns home from school by 4 o'clock every day. The mother is prepared for it. The child will come home, change your clothes, go have some snacks, and go for playing in the garden or backyard or front yard somewhere with your friends. Now one day, it so happens that the child returns home at 2 o'clock instead of 4. So the mother is surprised. This is not your time to come. Why have you come early? The child says, my teacher, who used to take the last 1.5 hours or 2 hours at the school, well, he fell sick or he was not there. So our principal said, go home. I'm home. He says, okay. Have some snacks, change your clothes, and go to play with your friends. See, when a child comes home early, the mother is obviously surprised. She asks the reason, and once she knows the reason, okay, have your snacks, change your clothes, go to play. Similarly, when some person from amongst us goes there early, the mother up there, God, Paramatma, will ask, this was not your time, Pankaj, to come home and so early. What happened? And the soul will say, oh, it was extremely unintended. Such event happened. Things were not in my hand. I could not control things. And here I am. The mother up there will say, okay, have some snacks, change your clothes, that's body, go to play again amongst your friends. We do not know in which form, and it is in our Shastras, Nileshbhai, it is called Runanubandha. Exchange of karmas, and that creates vasana. Now, vasana in simple Gujarati language or Hindi language or even in Marathi language, we just relate it to a man-woman relationship. It's not that. Vasana, technically in Vedanta and in our philosophy, in Sanatana Vedic philosophy, in Sanskrit word is come from root vasa. Vasa is to stay. Vasayati, karmana niyojayati, Jai Bhai. It is called vasana. That which makes you stay in this body, not just stay in this body, but that which inspires you to, forces you to work, is called vasana. So there's a bird in the cage. And one day, by mistake, the door of the cage is open. What happens? The bird will fly away, naturally. If one door of the cage is open, Raghu, the bird flies away. In this cage, this body, 9 doors are open all the time. Navadware pure dehi. In which 9 doors? 6 doors are up only here. 7 doors. 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, 1 mouth, and 2 doors in the downside of the body. These 9 doors are open all the time, and still this bird called soul remains present. It never goes away. It never wants to go away. Why? That is called vasana. In better words, the purpose of life, your intention, that keeps you in the body and it keeps you going, working, doing things, your mission, your vision. And because of that, we keep doing karma. And because of this vasana, the interaction of karma, it is called Runanubandha. And according to that, the soul comes back. The soul takes body. And sometimes in family, don't we say that a daughter, 3-year-old, and the way she talks, the way she behaves, people say, grandmother has come back. And we don't know, she actually might have come back, because the way she treats her, not just father, but the grandfather, souls do come back. We don't know which form Pankajji will come. And in general, any soul will come. So, we must keep a very positive, yes, as an emotional person, we do feel the absence of our own person, our friend, the person we have been known for decades. And suddenly he goes away, he leaves the body. So we do feel the absence, but accept what existence has in mind, because the existence knows much, much better. He has much wider picture of souls than we do. And move on. As you rightly said that you guys are doing to fulfill the mission, because this mission at Sonnet and is not just making money. It's not just, it's about serving the humanity. Pankaj told me a very good event that his mother passed away because of cancer. And
his mother-in-law.
too, I
Yes.
don't know, but Pankaj related me about
Yeah.
his mother.
Yeah.
That when Pankaj knew that the time is very limited, and he said that, Mom, the medicine that I'm working on, if it would have come out, I probably would have saved your life. But it's in the passing, it's in the process. His mother was on the deathbed, said, Beta, please continue your research. You couldn't save my life, but I'm sure you will be able to save so many others' mothers' lives. And so this was a mission. This is a, I would not say was, it is.
It is.
It is, it's a mission, it's a vision. And it is our, I think it's a collective duty, and please include me also in that, that we want to make this vision come true, Raghu.
It's at the inflection point, actually.
Yes, it is, it is. Pankaj was sharing with that probably it is animal testing was done on FDA approval, and I don't know whether it is to be shared or not, but we are at a very...
The safety data has been amazing. See, in this immune therapy, delivering it safe is the biggest challenge.
That's right.
Because the immune system creates this.
Correct.
Cytokines and all that.
Right.
Everybody knows it works, but it has to go to the right place without causing damage.
That's
And
true.
that part essentially has been achieved. So,
Any guys, questions, thoughts?
Sandeep bhai? Yeah.
I have one question. So,
Sure.
Guruji, it's really nice to meet you, and thank you, Nilesh bhai, for inviting me.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the thought about soul, but many times what happens is like, how do we hear what our soul is trying to say to our body?
Well, that's all thanks to.
How do we hear or listen to our soul? Like, how we make that connection that we feel like our soul is saying something, but many times we are crowded by outer environment,
That's
a lot of challenges all around, and our soul is trying to push in certain direction. So how we make sure that we are listening to our soul and we follow that direction, because soul knows much more than what physical everyone
That's
knows.
true, that's true.
So if you can give some insight on that.
I'll do that.
so Shailja Dikshit has joined us.
Okay.
So just wanted to
Namaskar, Behna Shailja ji. We have to reverse it.
So nice to meet you.
Same here, Shailja ji. Is she in New Jersey? Shailja ji, aap?
She's not too far. She lives in the same town.
Okay.
Hey Shalja, it's Nilesh.
Yeah, hi.
Sorry you couldn't be here, but she's another powerful, dynamic CEO. She's building $1 billion unicorn company.
Okay, Shailja ji.
We'll see.
in women's health.
Women's health. So,
Okay, okay.
yeah. She's also on a powerful mission.
Good, good, Shailja
So,
ji.
yeah.
Nice to see you here online, but looking forward to see you in person sometimes.
Yes, same here. I hope you visit us again. I was actually going to start, but then Raghu's told me that you may have a very short duration, so this is better so that I don't miss.
Sure. We
Yeah.
can
Yeah,
support
just
her.
put it
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there.
Yes.
Shailaja, Sandeep Patel has asked, you heard the question? Good, so I don't need to repeat it, yeah. Sandeep bhai, in general, entire humankind has 4 directions in life. You will see people going in 4 directions. A, from darkness to darkness. There will be people who are in darkness, not physical in darkness, but spiritually in darkness. Sometimes we have compassion towards them, pity them, because they are poor, they are deprived, they are kind of children of lesser God. But being there, their journey is also towards darkness. They blame the situation, they blame people around them, sometimes they blame their own destiny, sometimes they create the feeling of self-pity or self-hatred, that there is nothing in this world, oh, it is for the chosen few, and they don't try to come out of it. In the bargain, what they do, they follow the path of escapism. Maybe in addiction, drug abuse, intoxication, run away from the realities. So their entire journey on this planet, in this body, is from darkness to darkness. There are other types of people, Shailaja, are from darkness to light. I would say majority of us in the society may be coming from a very humble background, but then they know that there are wonderful things in the world out there, and it is within their reach if they put in their efforts. From being uneducated, they gain education, facing all the challenges. From being deprived and poor, they try to earn money with their honest efforts. So, from darkness to, they are optimistic people, from darkness to light. Third group of people are from light to darkness. Because of their past karmas, because of their punya, merits, they are born in a wealthy family, with a wonderful atmosphere, but unfortunately they cannot reap the benefits of this light around. They go haywire and they go down the hill. So this is the journey. We see such people in the society, from light to darkness. And there's a fourth category of people whose journey is from light to light. These are the people who are trendsetters. These are the people who lead the society towards the betterment. And Sandeep Bhai, journey of the soul is always from light to light. This is what your soul tells us all the time. Whether one hears this, initially we all are very sensitive to our soul's voice. But with the passage of time, with the environment, in Vedanta it is called samskara, imprints. The family that we are born into, more than that, the society that we live in, the education that we absorb, all that has a very powerful impact to decide our journey. Soul is nothing but light, and it always aspires to be better. To hear this, and that is why whenever a person does something wrong, there is an inner voice telling us, don't do this. This is not the right thing to do. Now if we pay attention to this and follow the voice of the soul, we go from light to light. But some people create a deaf ear because of A, Maya, B, illusion, ignorance. And ignorance is also two types. First, ignorance is absence of knowledge, which we popularly understand. But in Vedanta, ignorance is not just absence of knowledge, it is forgetting the knowledge. I met Jai Bhai today. We are here for an hour together. So, yes, Jai Bhai, very attentive listener, nice person. But then we don't meet for like 10 years. Don't do that. we don't see each other for 10 years. And suddenly after 10 years, I'm giving discourse at Chicago or maybe in Europe somewhere. And Jai Bhai, I don't know, but some gentleman comes, Guruji, how are you? Do you recognize me? Oh, well. Because you might have come across this situation, so in your social party or somewhere, some person just comes and, "Hey, how are you? Do you recognize?" And they say it with such a confidence, Raghu, that we can't even say, "No, I can't recognize you." You have to say, yeah. How is everyone at home? Who knows what? Who that is what? Yeah. But while doing that, after about 2 or 3 minutes, yes, I know this gentleman. Oh, I know this gentleman. How are you, Jai Bhai? For these 3 minutes that I had forgotten who Jai Bhai is, that was also ignorance. For those 3 minutes, dear friends, ignorance of the soul, Sandeep Bhai, is not the first kind of ignorance. It's not the absence of knowledge. Even knowing the God, knowing the Supreme, Paramatma, is not the, because we cannot not know God. We are the part of it. Ayam Atma Brahma, Tattvamasi, you are that, you are no different from that. So there is no possibility that we do not know God. Its only thing is we have forgotten God. We have forgotten the soul. That He is the supreme, the universal soul, and we are the individual soul. And that's forgetting is the ajnan, is the ignorance that bothers us, and that leads us, that creates deaf ears, disability to hear. This morning only I had checkup with Dr. Naveen Mehta, my annual ENT checkup, and he says, Guruji, everything is fine. So this creates temporarily deafness, ignorance, and illusion, Maya. Illusion is giving priority to not so important things in life. As a child gets attracted to so many toys and candies and different things, in the bargain, he doesn't want to go to the father because the candies are attractive, the toys are attractive. Similarly, Jivatma in this world, attracted by Maya, doesn't want to go to the Supreme Father, Paramatma. So these are the two things which do not let us hear the sound of, or the voice of the soul. But remember one thing, Sandeep Bhai, the journey is, so when you are doing things better, when you are connecting with nice people, positive people, spiritual people, your inner voice says that yes, here it is. That is the drive of your soul, that is the push of your soul. And if we go in that direction, we always are on the path of the progress. Right?
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Okay, sorry.
Sandeep Ji Kulkarni.
So just so a little bit background, I know Pankaj Ji because of Raghu, common friend, and the other connection was that most of the investors in Sonnet are also investors in my company. So this news is a shocker, not only for me, but a lot of investors as well. And the other thing is that the purpose of starting this, I have seen this very close in my life, because when I lost my first wife because of cancer, and it took a lot of time for me to get out of it. And then I got the purpose of creating this company, where the mission was again to see that can I do something in curing the cancer, but then we got into some related field. And fortunately things are moving better, and we got very good success in India, and then now in US we started. So my, what it explains, like suddenly whenever, at that moment I'm like distressed, nothing doing, it took almost 6 months for me, and suddenly everything changes, the moment I get a purpose. Second thing is, in routine life of an entrepreneur, very practical. I mean, what should be the routine of spirituality in an entrepreneur's life? How to do that?
Sandeep ji, first of all, give time to yourself. I would say mornings are the best period to make you strong from within. It could be just 15 minutes or half an hour. Length of time is not important as the depth is. And you can begin with mantra japa. Maybe meditation will help, and meditation begins with pranayama, literally meaning controlling the breath. Create a state of thought freeness. Please mark my words. It's not thoughtlessness, it's thought freeness. Because uncontrolled flow of thoughts is the thing which creates clutter in our mind and intellect. It distorts us and it makes us forget our goal, focus in life. As an entrepreneur, if somebody is retired, if somebody is totally on the spiritual path like sannyasi and all, I would have given the different answers. The question, I always say the response is given to the person whom we are responding to the question. So you specifically say like people like you, entrepreneurs. I would say the entire purpose should be to make you strong internally, to help you stay focused, to make you able to face the challenges and not be victims of the situation, but help come out as a victor in a given situation. That's how your entire spiritual process or your spiritual sadhana should be prescribed. So I would say spiritual sadhana is not like OTC. You are all guys from pharmaceutical industry, so let me just use those words. It is not an OTC, it is a prescription. That's where we need a guru. So he gives you a tailor-made path, that what actually are you, your thoughts, your challenges, your decision making. And then he suggests that this is how your meditation path should go. This is how mantra japa can help you. This is how pranayam can help you. This is how reading on what kind of text, because we have such variety of books and scriptures. I was addressing international audience and one white person, American, asked me that he was interested in Indian culture and spirituality. He says, there are so many books, I get confused. Why can't Hinduism, why can't you preacher like you just suggest one book? As in other religions, they have just one book. I don't want to name or anything, but you know that just one book and that's the authority. While in Hindu, Sanatan Dharma, you have so. I said that's the beauty of it. Other faiths, they just give you one book. We have entire library, as per your choice, as per your thing. Also, I gave it. As you go in a restaurant, there are some restaurants who offer just one thing: take it or leave it. And mostly they force just take it. You don't have a right to leave it. But here you have choice, because you are not the same. Your journey is different. You cannot have all the individuals because their point of origin is different. Destination is the same, but point of origin is different. And hence, the path is different. Also, we have so many books, authoritative books, not just books, but authoritative scriptures. It shows that there are so many paths to reach the Supreme. Guru will give you a tailor-made path, that which books you should follow. Largely, some people are knowledge-oriented, Jnana, Karma, Bhakti, and fourth, if you say Vairagya or Yoga. So, if you are on the journey of, say, Karma Marga, Karma Yogi, then they would suggest that this is the path you should follow. Again, I would say destination is the same. If a person is karma margi, his inbuilt program is for karma, and if you put him in the knowledge, he will feel out of place. If a person is of, say, bhakti marga, devotee, and if you put him on the path of karma, he would feel out of place. So again, it's not an, you cannot say everybody follow the same path. No, each individual is different. And their individuality must be respected, must be given importance to, and that's how that journey should be carved.
Personalized.
Personalized. That's I say, tailor-made and prescription-made. So that is why there is an importance of Guru. Guru is nothing but friend, philosopher and guide who knows you better, who is interested in your welfare, well-being, and shows you the paths.
Even medication, Ayurveda is also personalized in India.
Obviously, yes.
Our medication is, they try to do it for everybody.
Correct.
No, so first of all, we all have assembled here for Pankaj Mohan, who's no longer with me. This word Pankaj has got a lot of association in my life. I can recognize 3-4 Pankaj, and this Pankaj I had only one meeting with Nilesh in a coffee shop. And he shared an idea with me that this word is. So at that time, like, I advised him that, hey, when you go out and start shopping for it, so the only rule I understood, life is a sabzi mandi. When you want to raise money, no one gives you money. When you're confident, say, I don't need your money, people queue up to give money to you. So I only said, I don't sound like you want to raise money. The moment you say, I want to raise money, you will find it difficult. Even if you find it's going to be expensive raise, you will pay more for it. So the best way to raise money is say, I don't need money. Sit like a mafia. I don't need money. So that people don't know, he's so confident, I want to put money behind. And I said, look, when you say something, people in India are not, and you said a lot of things which rings bell to me. We'll talk about purpose, and I'll take a little more time. I've been asking a question to a lot of successful people, including Pankaj Patel. What is the purpose of your life? And they quite often confuse it. Purpose means what he said is he takes care of his wife, what Pankaj Mohan said. And that's Vasana, you said, right? You may confuse that with that. Purpose is, can I do the same thing for someone who's totally unrelated to me? Can
Totally?
Unrelated to.
Oh, unrelated, yes, yes.
So I see a kid who's suffering from a rare muscular dystrophy. And if the same thing happens to my kid, it evokes different emotions. So can I connect with that particular kid and say like, this is my purpose? So purpose and selfishness are two different things.
Obviously.
And we quite often mix this together. And anyone can say, I'm so purposeful, I want to give everything away because I've never made money, so I don't want to make money. That's not purposeful. So, so going back to when we met Pankaj Mohan, I said, look, I want to help you out, but make a big plan so that you can make $3 billion out of it. That's why someone will fund. They'll not fund because you are purposeful or you want to do something good. And unfortunately, before we could do anything, Nilesh called me and said like that's something and anything. So please give blessing to his soul wherever it is.
Yes.
And, we will try and do as much as one can do to do this on the merits. And I'm sure there are a lot of things happening in immune oncology, and I know a lot of people. I recently invested in a company which is leader in immune oncology. And so please bless his soul. We are here for him, not for anything else. So that's one. And two is, I think quite often we miss purpose with being selfish. We say my purpose is to secure my 7 generations future. That's not purpose. You start calling it purpose, but that's not purpose. And quite often you learn things, and guru is very important. And from today onward, you are my guru because I've learned something from you. And I have a lot of gurus. Like you can have one guru, and you can have more than one. Guru.
Yes, yes.
And some of them are taxi drivers. And I tell you, in Dubai, I was there. I was in a taxi, a Muslim guy, Pathan. And I was waiting. I said, "Can you wait? I'll pay for the waiting." And I said, "Can you play some music?" So he plays some music. And I asked him like, "How many years you are here?" He said, "I'm 23 years." I said, "You must have made a lot of money." He said, "No. One of my partners cheated me in 2008, and I'm still paying for that cheat in the last 15 years."
15 years.
I said, "Why? You could have run away. As your partner ran away from Dubai, no one can chase you." He said, "No, I need to show face to the God." So, and he said, look, I worked hard, and when I worked hard, my supervisor realized that I'm working hard. They start giving me more work and others, and I'm doing so well now. So that one conversation tells you that you should not cheat people.
That's right.
It's Guru, right? To me. So, and no one will cheat when there's a camera. If there's money here and there's a camera, I'll not cheat. But the moment I see there's no camera, I start cheating. But there's one camera which is ongoing forever.
ऊपर वाला सब देखता है.
I will not escape from that camera. So, so one conversation told me that everyone in this society is corrupt. The delta is someone will do a chori for 5 rupees, someone will do for 50 rupees, someone will, so the threshold is different. There's only one guy who's not cheat, who's principally oriented. He says, what's the amount of money, I'll never cheat. So that one conversation told me that the guy had a simple choice to run away. So, and I have had like a lot of gurus like this, someone, and I have seen people, as you rightly said, people move from light to darkness. I think our purpose is to, if we are moving from light to light, we should also take away a guy who's moving from dark to dark.
Obviously,
Or light to
yes,
dark.
of course, yes, of
And if
course.
you can convert one person's life, that's the biggest accomplishment.
Obviously.
Just one person's life.
Let me interrupt you, Jai Bhai. In our discourses, I always say that 10,000 people, maybe 50,000 people have gathered. Nilesh Bhai knows about it when I have my discourses in India. 50,000 people. I said, even 5 people take home the message and they put it in their life, in the practice. And if their life is transformed, all the resources were money, efforts, everything is, justified. And it does happen.
Yeah.
When we do it with a pure heart, the result is always there. It is always registered, it is always implemented. If not immediately, later on, maybe 6 months down the line, the person realizes, oh, I had listened to this in a guru's discourse, and here it is that I put it into practice and I get benefit from it. So
I'm still trying to find purpose of my life, and it's a
let's sit
long
together
journey.
for some time.
It will take some time.
Let's sit together for some time,
Yeah,
and maybe
I'm
we
coming
can.
around it. This conversation helps me to find some purpose. And every time I have done something for someone who's totally unrelated to me, God has always multiplied 1,000 more and given back.
They are
Correct.
related to you though. They are related to you. It's
No, but I just don't know.
Not
I
attached,
tell you,
attached.
look,
Yeah.
a Muslim girl.
Selfless activity done never goes in vain.
Yeah. And
It is everything is recorded in the.
And our man is a Chaitanya Avastha. All this greed, everything makes us blind.
That's true.
So what happens is you say, a lot of people say, उनको शनि है. So what do you do शनि में? तेल चढ़ाओ बैठ के. But the शनि is a god of justice, a planet.
That's
of
right.
justice.
That's right.
He takes a test. You are going to a party, and there's a guy who's homeless, who is bleeding on the roadside, and you have 2 choices: whether to go to the exciting party or take care of that guy. At that time, your soul is not blind, but all those things, the things make you blind. So Shani says that I gave you a choice. You were to do justice on that day. You went to the party, and now you're giving tail to me. For your 5 rupees ka tail, I'm going to not leave you.
Yes, right.
You take your tail, and I'm going to, with the same tail, I'll give you a malish fee. so Shani is a god of justice.
Yeah.
And so whenever you see something, and you ask about how do you listen to your soul, so always do contrarian thing. When your mind says go to the party, take a pause and say, why should I go to the party? And that's what your mind is being driven by, is not your soul. It's by all your attachment and all your nice things. Like who does, pleasure is good. If you say eat nice food, I'll always eat. Get a massage, I'll always do. Fly first class, always do. But someone says go to a gym and work for 3 hours. So anything which is painful to the body, like tapasya, standing on bare one foot, balancing yourself, not eating, and staying away from things which are pleasurable to the 6 senses you have, 5 plus 1. So I think we are all blind people, and we were all born with 2 eyes and 6 senses, but with time we get blind. So you need to always make sure what's making me blind and just cut that off. And I personally am trying to cut down all Moh and Maya, including my wife, my kids. I have a duty towards that, I'll do that. But you need to cut Moh and Maya from every single thing. And look, one can say someone who's a poor guy, who has no money, he can say, oh, I don't like money. But the guy who's who's courageful, first he accomplishes something and then leaves something. Failure is not accomplishment.
No, it is.
Yeah. So thank you very much for enlightening.
Sure.
And you are one of my gurus, few gurus. And I think what you said to me, a lot of things I think about it, being purposeful, being vasana,
Correct.
being the light to light, dark to light. So, very
Raju
good.
bhai?
I was sitting here and thinking, the virtuous conversation that everyone is having. I'm not as virtuous as you guys, speak. I grew up here predominantly. I was very young when I came to this country, so I don't have half the knowledge that Nilesh has in terms of.
You're so humble. You're so humble.
Yes, yes.
So
Thank you.
To support what you were saying, being the person that we are, but at the same time, wanting to do something for somebody else. That kind of charity starts at home, and many times we forget that. I'll give you an example. My father passed away in 2013, and my mother, who was beginning to show symptoms of dementia, really became much more afflicted with it. And I had a choice. I can keep working the way I was working and put her into a nursing home somewhere, assisted living or something, memory care, or my wife actually forced me to it. I actually put her in there for about a few weeks, and I realized she was crying all the time. She'd been crying with her, and I decided that I was going to change my life, and I said that begins at home, something. And I actually started taking her to my business meetings. I decided I was going to.
Your mother.
With me, and I would take my mother to business meetings. I would just make a joke, please take your mother to work day, so that's why my mother is with me. And people initially paid homage to that, they said, they respected that. After a while, they started saying, enough of that, But I mean, I can tell you that my mother was actually happier. She didn't cry, nothing. I mean, she was happier being wherever I was, because I was the one she recognized in her world, in the small world that she had. I'm the one who she recognized. And I was actually an expert witness on a case, and I was sitting in the witness chair in the courthouse, and the attorney on the other side was questioning me, and he was being obnoxious. He was using bad language and all that. In fact, he said, he asked me to repeat same thing 3 times. He said, the jury may not understand you. And so I asked him to repeat 3 times, and then the judge said, guys, stop it, It was that negative. My mother thought that I was under attack, not just the expert witness. And she started crying. And the judge stopped the court. He said, take a 15-minute break, and said, go take care of your mother. So people do pay homage and respect to the fact that so I don't do as many good things that you guys may do, but so that's the small thing that I can actually say that, that's my
Raju bhai,
Raju bhai.
Raju bhai, we are all, I know, we are,
Ratan Purana Raju bhai.
Raju bhai, we are all flowers. Some flowers are at home in the pot. They give fragrance and pleasure to the family members. Some flowers are out there in the garden. They spread their fragrance and beauty to many other people. And there are some flowers who are out in the wild. They are there and they spread their seeds. May not be their fragrance or pleasure to everyone, but their seeds reach to so many people, and in the due course of time, they do give their benefit to others. So, we all are flowers. Maybe in your very humble way you express that you are a flower in the pot and the home, but that's also not a small thing. Maybe you are inspiring, you are being a role model for the people who are around you. And that's where the meaning of life lies. Touching people. The number, yes, it is important. The more people we reach, the better it is. But how much we are connected, because in this age, the biggest issue that we have is virtually we are connected to so many people, but in reality we are disconnected with our own selves. And that is the saddest part. It's a tragedy of modern times. Being connected, being a human, being connected. And that is the mark of true spirituality is, Nilishbhai. Some people ask me, how do you judge whether the person is spiritually evolved or not? Yes, being an intelligent people, they know that what this person talks is it just from reading the books or gathering information, or is it coming from his life? That is a mark, the genuinity of the message. And that is important benchmark. But even more than that, how well do you connect with people? Sometimes when you meet someone, even after trying so much, you just can't connect. And there are some people whom you meet physically for the first time, but you never feel that you are unknown to them. You feel that, you are connected since years. That is the mark of spiritual awareness and spiritual growth, inner growth of a person. Immediately, because meeting is on a very material level, is on a very body level, physical level. But souls are always connected. In language, with all its limitations, we say that my soul and your soul. But according to Sanatan and Vedanta philosophy, there is nothing like my soul and your soul. Soul is one. We physically met for the first time, but our soul was always connected. So immediately when you come in contact and you feel connected, that shows how spiritually evolved the person is. And what you said, though on a very limited level, as you say, I don't believe you, but you said that you are very, that was your humility. But this power of connecting with others. Because ego, you might have heard that ego bars us our spiritual progress. What does ego do? Ego makes us apart. Ego creates distance. Your bottle, my bottle. Your money, my money. Your home, my home. Your car, my car. Your and mine. This is ego. It creates distances. It builds walls. While what is spirit? We all are one. Udara charitanam tu vasudhaiva kutumbakam. We are a family. We are brothers. We are not related with our DNA, but we have the connection who made the DNA. That is our spiritual connection. We are the sons of the same God. And that connection, when you feel instantly, that is the mark of spiritual growth. And I pray to God, Nilishbhai, that spiritual connectivity is not lost with the loss of the body. Pankajji, though he has lost his body and not in his body, but as a spirit, as a soul, he is connected to all of us. And as this singular soul, as this universal soul, may we attain the supreme peace, may we attain the progress. And as we know, by the grace of God, as I said, we belong to such a slab that even after adding a few zeros, we are still going to eat the same thing what we are eating. Probably we will reduce it, right? But whatever we progress is for the benefit of the society, for the mankind, not just the mankind that is around us, but for the times to come. And that is our connection with spiritual eternity. May that connection blossom with the grace of God. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you so much. Just a tidbit. Jaibai is, along with his son, are founders of livebhagwan.com. live.com.
Okay.
So now just hear the words again.
Livebhagwan.com.
Right? Not because Bhagwan was ever dead,
Yeah.
but he's making sure that that ignorance of knowledge, right?
Yes.
That absence of knowledge. Bhagwan is live, you need to know this, but he's allowing people of Hindu faith to log in and have darshan, to offer virtual full arti prasad. And I think, what is how many people have had darshans? How many visitors on a weekly?
So every year we get like 2.5 million people now.
Is it?
So 25 lakh.
समझ गया 2 million.
So, and what we have done is this was done during the COVID time. So if you can't go to a temple, what do? So we created something, an online platform, and gave a lot of options to people to offer prayers. And I tell you, my mother was undergoing an open heart surgery. So when you go to a very major surgery, the doctor says this can be your last surgery. So offer a prayer to the God. So what you do is basically what is God? God is God is everywhere. You close eyes and you see God. But we need to see a idol or something.
Yes.
To start
To
believing.
be connected, yeah.
So we start creating something which is a connection here. So we have now on a lot of temples here, Mahakal, Somnath, Siddhivinayak, all this temple you can do something. Like this is Sarangpur. And we create a lot of functionality. You can.
This is live as right now?
Yeah, it's live.
When the darshan is closed in India, even then?
Yeah, then also it's live. So we have taken the live feed, integrated, and we have put a lot of interaction metaverse. Like there's a puja thali,
Okay.
and you get darshan. You can do all of this. And what we have done is we have started investing into creating spiritual content. So everyone is talking about fashion and e-commerce. No one is talking about this. So we started creating the mythological stories for the kids, bedtime stories. And then we are creating some good content, and we are getting some people coming onto the podcast and talking about it. So we are getting some very good traction. No one is doing this. And we did for no commercial reasons. So we just did. So we recently got this guy Indresh Upadhyay. He's a Kathakar. So he just said something, and he says that the AI is the new generation Rakshas. So he said something very nice, and it's a 50-minute thing. So we're investing into such spiritual content. A film actor coming in talking about his journey, how he believes in Lord. And we are trying to convert everything into a metaverse. The Sri Yantra, or the Lakshmi Yantra, or Ganesh Yantra. Earlier we used to put into Galla or something in the shop. Now what is Galla? Galla is this. Everything is here. So you need a digital Sri Yantra which you can put on your phone. So we are just trying to bring people wherever you are with ease, and we are trying to convert into metaverse. And our future vision is this meeting should not happen in person. It should be wearing metaverse glasses, and you wearing glasses wherever you are. So the physical boundaries which are currently separating people will go away with metaverse. So we call it live one, your metaverse to spirituality. So although we are starting with religion, but you want to take religion out. Religion is a very dangerous subject. So we are trying to convert it to more spirituality. So where you can, and our intention is not to make money on it. So, but it will end up making a lot of money. So,
As you rightly said earlier.
because it's a $50 billion market in India unorganized. So,
Wonderful. Well, happy to, if anybody has any questions, or if you want to take pictures individually with him, exchange information. He's got his group sends out wonderful WhatsApp videos, which are great. He does.
You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Pujyashree Bhai.
Yeah.
Pujyashree
Yeah.
It has so many discourses in Gujarati, Hindi, English on various subjects: Bhagavad, Ramayana, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, Hanuman Chalisa, Sri Yantra, as you said, Jai Bhai. I have given 2 different shibits on Sri Yantra for like 15-20 hours. And I have explained each part of Sri Yantra, what the figure, the Yantra means, and how to do Upasana of Sri Yantra.
we are offering a lot of things like powered water. We'll take a bottle of water, power with 1 million Hanuman
Chalisa.
And there's a science to it.
Yeah, it is.
And we are doing the powered writing thing, like the pen and other stuff, a powered perfume, and a powered apparels, which you can wear for something good.
તો હું તારા નંબર તો લઈ લો આપના બધાના. આઈ વિલ ટેક યોર નંબર્સ એન્ડ
I wanted to share one story, like I relate him with what exactly he said. So I'm coming from a very darkness, right? My father was a farmer. I studied in a village school, right? I didn't have enough money to go to college. So when I was, sorry about that, but
You okay?
Everyone goes through that.
Don't worry. No. But his is very.
Yeah.
So
very
after-
inspiring thing
Yes.
actually.
So after 12th standard, right, like when I had like very good marks, we were thinking like what we'll do.
Mm.
But some people from a village, they came up and said, "Don't worry, we'll sponsor."
Sponsored.
So they paid for the fees. Now the situation changed. When I was in second year, they said our economical background changed, so we cannot continue supporting you. And this thing can happen to anyone, right? I was thinking, like, let me go to home and I'll think about, talk to my father. At that time, exams were near, and sorry. I told to my father, like, I need about 2,000 rupees to get some books, and he gave me whatever he can do. So I was coming back from home to college in auto, drive rickshaw. There was a mom and a kid. They were talking, like, we went to a temple. They thought like they'll give some grains, and they couldn't give enough for us, so we cannot even afford going back to home because we have to pay the fare for the auto. So I thought, like, what should I do? Say, either I can buy a book or give that money to them. So I decided, give that money to them.
Oh God.
And next day, I got a call. My sponsor said, our situation changed, and they will continue supporting me.
Wow.
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 So I had a real experience what he just said. That's why, I mean, it's just like I'm reclearing, like, listening to your soul is very important. No matter how is the situation outside, just listen to your soul.
That's right. From light to
Sorry
light.
about that, but
No.
No.
Good. Wow.
It is so genuine, Sandeep.
Yes.
It is so genuine.
Yeah. તમે કહ્યું ને કે some people you know for many years and don't know them or don't feel close. I met Sandeep just a few months ago. I was introduced to him by a lawyer in Chicago, and I didn't know Sandeep. And then he said, there's a young man starting out. So I said, chalo. I talked to him online. We met online. Whatever I recommended, he implemented. And then we met. We feel so close. And then Raghu has been mentoring him.
He actually follows what you say.
He does. He
Advice
does.
is useless.
And I told him, I've given guidance to multiple startup people, and those people maybe one or two things, and then they forget. He has not implemented everything, but everything to a T. And if I did not have a conflict of interest, I would invest in his company, because one is, you know how he's genuine and ethical and all. But this is the next powerhouse of a pharmaceutical company.
That's it.
He's doing something different, but what a great story.
Great.
Thank you so much.
just I wanted to share with, because I can relate what exactly he said.
Yeah.
So I would share this just so everyone should be aware, and they should listen to your soul.
Yes, we agree. Well,
So
thank
Guruji, તમે-
Shaileja wants to say something.
Shelja, yes.
It is just amazing hearing to all this. You know, as we go into, there was a discussion about the purpose and guru. And this was a very heartwarming story that we just heard. I think I was born in light. I was very fortunate, very educated parents. Everything was there. The struggle has been how you go from light to a bigger light, right? So it's a very tough situation because I think I'm 50 now, 52. Finding the purpose in life, my company is just a means. I don't think so. This is my purpose. And I think till 50, and this is something which bothers me, that I have not found my purpose yet. The inner light and how to find that. So that's what how do we seek that? How do you seek a guru who can guide you to get there?
Shaileja, I'll be in New Jersey from 8th evening to be precise. I'll be returning from Canada. And let's meet for about 5 to 6 days. I'll be in New Jersey before fly out to Chicago. Let Nailesh Bhai connect us once again because it's almost 2:30 and I need to leave. And again, I don't want to give OTC. I want to prescribe something to you which is really helpful to you.
Yeah.
It's not like just throw away a few sentences, do this. It's not that easy. Otherwise, I'll be doing injustice to you, and I don't want to do that. I really want to contribute to your progress. So let's tell Nailesh to connect us
Yeah,
once again.
I'll connect all of us. But
Yeah, I would really like to sit down with you.
Sure.
Because I'm at a stage in my life where, and many of us are actually in that
Yes.
stage, where your kids are settled. For a woman, it's a very difficult situation because they don't need you anymore as much. Right?
But you do want to be connected to them, and you don't want to go away like they want to do.
The connection will remain. I mean, I'm
Of
still
course,
trying to
of
figure
course.
out how
That's a typical feminine spirit.
Exactly. But at this stage of life, it's become very, very important to find your true purpose, your true inner light. And I do meditate every day. So just to finding out, but I'm looking for those answers. So more to
I will do
continue.
that. Yes,
Love
yes.
to
Continue.
Yeah.
thank you.